Hello, welcome to yoga. Thanks for coming to practice. My name is Joanne, and we'll get started in a nice, comfortable seat. So you're going to sit up on a prop if you've got one, a blanket or a block. I'm just picking up the time here. Sorry, moved my clock a little bit. Yes, so sitting on a blanket or a block, anything to elevate your hips so it's nice and easy to sit up tall. And let's squeeze our shoulders up, just create a little bit of tension and pull them back behind you and then drop at the elbows. So imagine tagging a little weight into your elbows, bringing the shoulders down and open. You can rest the hands, palms down on your lap or up, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And then make sure you're grounding your sitting bones, so you're connecting to that root. You might lift the flesh from away under your sitting bones so you can ground there. And then we'll retract the chin just slightly so that we elongate the neck and the head is right above your spine. And let's take a moment, we'll close the eyes. You might part the lips to make sure your jaw is soft. And just drop into the body. So let's take a deep breath in together. And then as you exhale, you're going to audibly sigh through the mouth. So we're going to inhale and relax. And then just note how that sort of brings you down into the body a little bit. The eyes closed, lips parted. We'll take this time at the beginning of the practice. You might want to set an intention or dedication, choosing whatever you like and repeating 3 times to yourself to anchor that into the subconscious for your practice today. Make sure the jaw is relaxed and the brow is soft. You're not furrowing at the brow or squeezing the eyelids. Nice and gentle. And if you haven't already, begin to just slightly deepen your breath as you inhale and exhale. You're going to inhale through the nose to a comfortable level, expanding through the chest and the lungs. As you exhale through the nose, really breathe out all the way. So you want to expel all the stale air from the lungs. Squeeze the navel toward the spine. Squeeze out all the air. And then slowly allow the inhale to fill the belly. And bring it back up. So working at a comfortable level and filling up as much as you can get air into the body so you're not straining. And exhaling completely all the way out. And just taking a mental note, scanning the body from the toes all the way to the crown of the head, down through the fingers. And just noticing how you feel. Notice if there's anywhere that's tense or tight or feels restricted. And we'll take a few more deep yogic breaths. take a nice deep inhale together, breathing in all the way to the top. And as you exhale, simply bow the chin to the chest. Observing that stretch through the back of the neck. And take a moment here to honor yourself for coming to practice today. The hard part is over, you made it. So here we are. Good, we're gonna inhale and just gently begin to rock the head side to side. So you might start small, might feel pretty good, and take it a little broader. Listen to your body always in practice and never move in a way that's uncomfortable. Good, so just breathing and inhaling and exhaling into the stretch, side to side. Good, come forward, go side to side one more time. Drop the chin. Let's inhale. We're going to take our head upright, nice and tall. Squeeze the shoulders up by the ears and then pull them down the back again. Drop the elbows. Retract your chin slightly. Nice and tall in the spine. And then we're just going to look left to right. So looking toward one side through center and then back to the other side. And just take note of how that feels, how free, how tight. Notice if one side's a little bit easier than the other. Just observe that. So a couple more side to side. And breathing as you move. Good. Come back to center. Retract the chin once more, lift through the sternum, and then we're just going to flex ear to shoulder. So drop one ear toward the shoulder. Inhale, take the head up. Exhale to the other side. So now we're doing some lateral flexion. We've been doing rotation. Now we're just kind of moving the joints in the other direction. So let's do one more on each side. Keeping the shoulders grounded, and again, just notice one side's tighter. Good, come back up. And then we're gonna take the arms back behind us and keep your pelvis neutral as you do this. So make sure you're nice and tall, lifting up out of the belly, and then sweep the arms back behind you, lift the arms up. Deep breath in, maybe touch the hands, and exhale, pull the arms behind you. Again, inhale, reach back, lift up, keep the pelvis neutral. Touch hands, exhale, come halfway down to a T. Drop through your shoulders, so make sure they're not up at the ears. Pull the fingers out. You're gonna lean forward slightly. And then you're gonna wrap one arm under the other. So create like an eagle arm is what we're doing here. So you can create a little pressure between the arms. You can have the hands on the shoulders, or hands can be back to back. If it's comfortable, palm to palm, if that's okay, and you're not bending your wrists too much. And then sit upright again, wherever you are with the arms. And then we're just gonna kind of circle around with the elbows. So just a little shoulder massage here. So any hand position is fine. You're gonna keep the head neutral, the neck tall, spine tall, and just kind of rotate in the shoulders. Let's reverse those circles. You're gonna remember which arm is on top. Keep the breath moving. And this should feel good. So again, no pain, no gain is not the name of yoga. Come back to neutral, lift the elbows high. And then we're just gonna exhale and bow forward. Drop the chin toward the chest and round the upper back a little bit here. Roll yourself up slowly, come back up. Lift the elbows and then unwind the arms wherever you are. So shrug your shoulders here, open the chest. Don't forget which arm is on top. Inhale, reach back, lift up. Good, exhale, come down halfway to a T. Drop your shoulders, lean forward slightly, and then switch the cross. Other elbow on top. And again, whichever arm position works for you. Just did the wrong side again, so make sure you're on the other side. Sit up tall again, align the spine, head over spine, and then just begin to circle the elbows wherever you are. Keep breathing. Good, and then reverse the circles a few times. Deep breaths. Good. Come back to center. Lift the elbows up a little bit from center and then exhale, bow, round, forward, drop the chin to the chest and round the upper back. Slowly roll yourself back up to a seat. Lift the elbows high again one more time. And then release the arms, unwind. Send the arms out, shrug your shoulders, and release. Excellent. Let's come into tabletop onto our hands and knees. So transition. It's also nice to pay attention to how you transition. So being really mindful as you move is a great part of the yoga practice as well. So we're gonna, if you want to use a blanket for your knees, you can, a little more cushion if that feels good for you. Bring your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And again, if you need to take fists, if you have any wrist concerns or issues, you can use fists instead of hands. Takes a little more pressure off the wrist. You've got carpal tunnel or something like that. So feet parallel, tops of the feet on the mat. We're pressing the mat away from you. Also make sure your hand is as right on the floor as you can get it. So spread those fingers out nice and broadly. Activate through the fingers. Open your inside part of your elbow toward the front of the mat. Engage the navel gently toward the spine. Activate the tops of the feet. Let's take a few cat-cow stretches. So we're going to drop our belly. And here you're going to send the tail and the crown. I like to think of sending them to opposite corners of the ceiling of the room you're in. So we're lengthening and lifting at the same time, but think length away from your midline. As you exhale, you're going to round up, drop the chin into the chest, and press the spine toward the sky. Really activate the feet here too. Good, and then just back and forth with your breath. We'll take several of these. So inhale as you open and lengthen, and exhale as you round and press up. Try to get as much movement as we comfortably can into our spine, using our breath. Good, let's do one more round. And exhale, press up. Come back, we'll meet in our tabletop position. And then we're just going to make some circles here. So we're going to kind of lean forward slightly. You're going to move through the side body. And here you want to make sure you keep your navel a little bit active. So you're not sagging and dropping your belly here, but keep the navel active. Press through the side body, push back over the hips, over your heels, and inhale up through the side body to the other side. So it's nice here. You might close your eyes and just make some big circles. So it should feel really good and comfortable. Again, be careful with your low back, not to sag the belly. Good, forward, up, and back. Do one more this way, and then we'll switch directions. So go the other way, back, inhale forward. And, it's nice to coordinate with the breath, but don't worry about it too much. If that's confusing or difficult, just make sure you're breathing deeply. Good, coming back. Let's meet back in our tabletop position. Good. And we're going to tuck the toes here. So make sure you're nice and tucked under with the toes. See if you can connect all 10 toes. And then from here, you're just going to lift the knees and hover the knees off the mat about an inch to really kind of build up a little heat. So we're going to lift the knees, stretching through our toes here as well. Activate your fingers and breathe. So you should feel lots of energy moving through the body and heating up the belly a little bit. Keep the neck long, looking toward the floor, try not to look up at the screen. One more breath here. Good, release the knees. Good, from here, we're gonna come up one more time like that. And then from there, we're gonna transition to our downward dog. So we're gonna press into the floor, engage your navel, breathe in, and lift the knees, hover. Take 2 more breaths here. Good, if you need to transition sooner, you can. And then we'll slowly peel our hips up. We're gonna drop our head down between our arms and then pedal your feet, walk out your dog. So begin to open the backs of your legs a little. Keep the breath moving. Good, walking out your dog. From here, let's settle the heels a little bit toward the floor. Again, finger pads nice and firmly rooted. We're gonna inhale, come into a plank pose from downward dog. So just align shoulders above the wrists. Breathe in, drop your knees right where they are. They should be behind your hips a little bit. And then as you exhale, you're gonna bend at the elbow, engage your core, and bring your chest between your hands. Upward S, hips are lifted, elbows are close to the body. Good, let the legs slide out, tops of the feet to the floor, and inhale as you pull your heart forward for low cobra. Glue the feet here, we're gonna lift the hands and breathe here. So you want the shoulders back, the neck is long and loose. Take a breath here into the belly. One more time. Good, release your hands right next to your chest. And bring the chin down. We're gonna reverse that way we came into that awkward S pose. So chin down, hands next to the chest, tuck your toes, and then just keep your elbows close, inch your knees up about a few inches to lift the hips. Toes are down. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, you're gonna press the mat away from you and a little half push-up. Good. Breathe in and then exhale again. Shift to downward dog. Step it back. Good, relax the head between the arms, pedal your feet again. And then let's make our way to the front of the mat. We're gonna come to standing forward fold. Walk yourself up. Measure about 2 fists between the feet here. Feet should be hip distance apart. You wanna bend the knees as much as you need so the hands are on the floor and the forehead's toward the shins. We're gonna inhale and come into flat back, lengthen your spine halfway to the floor. Elbows pull back and lengthen forward. Back is long. Breathe in. Exhale as you soften and fold into forward bend again. Tuck the forehead. We're gonna inhale, halfway lift again. We're gonna do that again. Lengthen and exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Good, exhale, bow. Just noticing where you are. Good, release the hands in front of you. Shake your shoulders and arms a little bit. Shake your head a little, yes and no. You might shift the weight around on your feet a little bit. Breathe in, let's sigh it out through the mouth again. Let go. Good. From here, find your footing, nice and soft. You're gonna tuck your tailbone and roll up. Let the arms dangle, chin tucks to the chest. As you roll to stand, shrug your shoulders when you get to the top to open the chest, bring the arms by the side, mountain pose. Retract your chin a little bit, pelvis is nice and neutral. You're engaging in the core a little bit. And also the quads are lifting away from the knees. And mountain pose, good. From here, let's reach the arms back behind us. Inhale, stretch up tall, lift up. Good. Exhale, we're going to swan dive. Lengthen the chest forward and fold and forward bend. Inhale as you come up, halfway lift. And exhale as you bow. We're going to plant our hands next to our feet. Take a giant step back with your right leg. Drop the back knee and uncurl the toes. So make sure the front knee is above your heel. This leg can be forward or back depending on flexibility. You're going to scissor the legs toward the midline and lift. Neutralize your pelvis here, so nice and neutral. We're not tipping forward with the pelvis. We're here. Add the arms and stretch up tall. Soften your shoulders, lengthen your fingers. Feel that scissoring of the legs. The feet are kind of dragging toward the midline to really activate and lift the body. Good, breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to twist. So we're going to bring the right arm forward and the left arm back. So you're opening toward the front knee and you're keeping the the torso centered. So we're not leaning forward here. Reach open. Good, inhale, lift back up to center. Maybe touch hands and then exhale as you open to the other side. So twisting open. Good, inhale, lift back to center. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, twist, reach apart, just twisting on the spine. Inhale, lift, and exhale, open to the open side. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, float the hands down, frame the foot. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, take your hips up, and step it back to downward dog. Maybe pedal the feet. And then from here, we're going to float into plank. Good. Drop your knees, your chest, and your chin. Come down. Slide into that Cobra position. Open the chest. Look long, glue the feet, lift the hands. Take one more breath here. Good. Release down. Chin down. Tuck your toes. Optional if you want to come through this way. It's a little more challenging. You're welcome to. We're going to inch the knees up. Take a deep breath in. Engage your core. Press the mat away from you. Half push up. Excuse me. Let's take it to downward dog. Good. And then from here, we'll bend the knees. You can walk, you can stroll, or you can hop to the front of your mat, or you can step one leg at a time. However you get there, let's try to be light on the feet. We're going to move in a mindful way. So come back to forward fold. However you like, roll yourself up. Inhale. Shrug your shoulders, open the chest, back to your mountain pose, neutral pelvis. Beautiful. Reach back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Inhale, you'll come up halfway. And exhale, melt yourself forward. And we'll plant. We'll take our left leg back this time, or switch sides, whichever leg you started on. Drop the back knee and curl the toes. And again, before you come up, I want you to feel that pulling toward the midline with the feet. So you're kind of pulling the feet toward each other to lift. That should give you some nice stability. Check your alignment and then send the arms up. Good. Breathing here. You should feel a nice stretch in the deep abdomen. Good. Let's exhale, twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Good. Inhale, lift up back to center. And then as you exhale, we'll open to the open leg side. The other side. Good. Inhale, lift. Twist to the first side again. Keep the breath moving. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, float the hands down, frame the foot. Tuck your back toes under, and we're gonna step it up to forward bend. Hold here. Roll up, inhale. Shrug the shoulders and open the chest. I'm gonna move my blanket to the side. Back to mountain pose. So check the pelvis is neutral. Heavy suitcases, reach back, inhale, lift. Touch hands, exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Inhale as you come into your flat back pose. And exhale, bow. We'll plant the hands next to the feet. We're gonna take a giant step back with the right leg. We're gonna drop our hips. You're gonna pivot the back foot down. Check heel to arch or heel to heel alignment. And then you're gonna reverse a cartwheel up, come up to your warrior two stance. And then we'll just do a brief review of all the points here. So knee is above my heel in the front, not past it. You can sink as deep as you want to challenge the strength of this front quad. We're opening this hip toward the knee. Back foot is firmly rooted. You're pressing into the outer edge of that foot. Arms are long, shoulders soft. Gaze to the front hand. Good, we're gonna breathe in. We're just gonna do a little flow here. So from your warrior two, your legs are gonna stay in this position. We're just gonna move the top part of our body. So we're gonna inhale, reach forward, flip your palm up, exhale, float it back. Peaceful warrior, part one. Good, breathe into the ribs here. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Legs still working, breathe in. Exhale, forearm's gonna come to the front thigh and you're gonna reach the top arm over the ear for a side angle pose. So you wanna create, if you can, a line of energy from the fingers to the outer edge of the back foot. Notice my hip back here is not lifted, it's nice and low. Good. And my neck is supported, I'm not dropping my head. My neck is supporting my head, breathe in. Chest is open. Let's inhale, come back to warrior two. Good. Breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to cartwheel our hands down to frame that front foot. Turn your back heel up. Lift both hips and step back to downward dog. Maybe pedal the feet. Good. From here, float into plank pose. Lots of core involvement here. Drop your knees, your chest, and your chin as you come down. We'll slide into our Cobra pose. Breathe into the belly one more time. Good, release the chest and chin. Tuck your toes, inch your knees up, optional. Take a deep breath here. Engage and exhale, press up. Breathe in, float back, downward dog. Beautiful, bend your knees and then mindfully make your way back to forward fold, however you like. So you might step, you might walk, you might hop. Bow over your legs. Roll it up. Nice and slow, all the way to the top. Open the chest. Good, reach back, inhale, lift. Hands touch, we'll exhale, swan dive, back down, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Beautiful, nice giant step back with the other leg this time, left leg back. Drop those hips, reach the heart forward, then pivot the back foot down. Check your alignment before you come up, reverse your cartwheel up. For warrior two. Check all the points. So this hip is opening with the knee. We're tall, torso is tall, back foot's firmly rooted. Good. And we're sort of opening this knee up a little bit. Breathe in, torso is nice and tall. Flip your front palm up. Gaze to the front hand. Inhale, lean forward, reach. Exhale, float it back. Keep lifting. Take a deep breath into the ribs here. Slowly come back, warrior two, breathe in. Use your exhale to bring the forearm to the front thigh, top arm over the ear. Again, line of energy from fingers to outer foot, supporting the head. Chest is open, breathe in. Good. Inhale, slowly come back, warrior two. Gaze to that front hand. Take a breath in. Cartwheel your hands down to frame that foot, lifting the back heel. And we're going to soften that back knee and just step it up, come to your forward bend. Hold here. Roll it up, inhale. Shrug your shoulders as you open your chest back to your mountain pose. Check that your pelvis is neutral. Crown is lifted. Let's inhale, stretch up tall, reach back. Touch hands and swan dive. Soften the knees as you fold back down. Forehead tuck. Each time you should be able to sort of feel the legs straightening a little bit more than from the start. Inhale, halfway lift, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, giant step back to the right leg again. Drop your knees. We're going to pivot that back foot down. Walk your hands over to the front. Turn your outer foot in, your front foot in. So now you're in a wide-legged standing forward fold at the mat. And then we're going to, you could use blocks under your hands if you need here. We're going to try to keep our spine long. We're not rounding to reach the floor. So if you need to bring the earth closer to you, please do. So I'm going to open my feet a little bit wide. So opening my toes out to the corners of my mat. And then we're going to crab walk. So I'm going to bend one leg and walk my hands to the bent leg side. So I'm stretching this other leg. Nice deep stretch for the inner thigh here. Should be comfortable for the knees. So if it's not, don't do it or adjust your position. Inhale as you walk your hands through center. Exhale, bend the other leg and walk toward that side, extending the opposite leg. Good. And then let's go back and forth a few times with your breath. Inhale through center, exhale as you bend to the side. Once you get to the first side again here, we're going to pause. And then options. So this is optional, not necessary. You're going to come onto that heel, lift the toes, and maybe deepen that stretch. Rock a little bit forward and back on the heel. Plant that foot down, walk through center. Let's come to the other side. And we'll do the same thing. So option. This is not necessary. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Lifting up on that heel, rolling a little bit forward and back. Keep breathing. Plant that foot, come back to center. Hands under the shoulders. Bring your feet back into parallel. And then one hand at a time will come to the hips as you lift and hinge up. So come back up to stand. And then we're going to open the feet out wide again toward the corners of our mat. Shrug your shoulders, open the chest. Nice and tall on your torso. We're going to keep our pelvis neutral here. And then we're going to bend at the knees and sink into a squat for goddess pose. So we're dropping our hips, keeping my pelvis neutral here as best as I can. Keeping the torso nice and tall, shoulders relaxed and soft, knees nice and open. Good, add the arms when you're ready, cactus arms here, goddess pose. So you're pulling the arms back a little bit, chest is nice and open. We're gonna use our breath, breathe in. As you exhale, forearm to thigh, just like we did in side angle, top arm reaches over. So keep the chest open. I want you to use your torso to inhale back to center. So we're trying not to use momentum. Exhale to the other side, forearm to thigh, reach over. Good, inhale, pull up, nice and slow. Exhale to the side. Again, enjoying the transitions and the movement. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Keep those knees working. Those quads working. Inhale back. Let's take one more round. Exhale, reach. Stretch. Good. Use the torso to pull up. Open the chest. Last time. Exhale, reach. Oh, good. Inhale up. Maybe you can stay for one more breath here. Let's try it. Breathe in. And out. Good. Lower the arms to the thighs. Straighten the legs. Nice work. And then heel toe the feet back to center. Good. Shake out a little bit in the hips. It's a lot in the legs and the hips there. So good. Let's do a balance pose. So from here, let's try the dancer today. So I'm gonna turn a little bit on an angle so you can see me a little better. And then I'm gonna start with mountain pose, right? So nice and firmly rooted. You're gonna fix your gaze anywhere on the floor that's not gonna move. I'm gonna take my right hand out to the side. So I'm gonna start balancing on my left leg. My right hand is rotating externally in the joint, so my thumb is back. I'm gonna shift the weight to my left leg, fix my gaze, keep my breath moving, engage and lift. And as I'm ready, I'm gonna swing my right foot into my hand. You might need a strap or a towel here if you can't reach the foot. That's okay, you could use a strap. So balance here. You can also be near a wall if you feel better that way. Lift through the midline. Add the opposite arm up by the ear. Soften your shoulder. Extend your fingers. Breathe in. As you're ready, you're going to kick back into the hand and hinge over your standing leg. So lifting through the arm, kicking back with the foot, feeling a nice stretch in the shoulder in the back and the quadricep muscle in the leg. Connect to your breath and your vision. Try to relax. Good. One more breath here if you're still with me. And if you fell out, no worries. Just try again. We'll slowly transition out gracefully. Come back to center, shake it out. We'll switch sides. We're going to turn the other direction. Again, my left hand will come back. So the idea with that is to hold the instep, not the outside of your foot, because you don't want to pull your foot into your heel, into your hip. You want to kick back. So that's going to help facilitate that action. So starting in that mountain pose, hand back. As you're ready, shift the weight, fix your gaze, swing the left foot into the left hand. Opposite arm will stretch up. Keep moving the breath. Breathe in. As you're ready, kick back and hinge forward. Keep the other arm up. Shoulder soft, fingers extend. Breath moves. If you fall out, don't worry about it. Try again. Good, and then slowly come back down. One thing I forgot to mention is, I mention it a lot, is make sure you're not locking the knee when you do that. Hopefully everybody was good with that. Let's come back to the front of the mat, to mountain pose. Feet hip width apart, neutralize your pelvis. We're gonna reach back, inhale, lift. One more flow here. To transition us back down to the floor. Exhale, swan dive, soften the knees, fold over the legs. Inhale, come into flat back pose. And exhale, bow. Good. We're going to step both feet back into plank position. So check your alignment. Good. When you're ready, you're going to transition the hips up to downward dog. Take a breath. And then from here, as you're ready, we're going to take the right leg high in the sky. I want you to keep your shoulders even as best you can. And then reach that leg up. We're going to bend the knee. Keep the tailbone tucked a little bit so you're still engaging the core. Tuck your tailbone. And we're going to squeeze slowly. We're going to move slowly. Bring that knee up, forward, and hover as you bring the knee right between your hands. So you're kind of punched up, round the upper back, and you're going to pull that knee all the way through for pigeon. So you're going to plant the leg down, top foot back, and then I want you to make sure you're not twerking your sacrum. So you want the hip points equidistant to the mat. You're going to lengthen, lift the chest. Come onto your fingertips here. Make sure your back leg is nice and straight. Take a deep breath into your lungs. And then slowly exhale, make your way down for pigeon. So lots of different options here. You can stay on forearms. You could stay here. You could go all the way down. You could rest on stack fists with your forehead or hand. Or you could come all the way down to the mat. So we're going to stay here for maybe about a minute. I want you to slow and deepen the breath. So we're relaxing into the stretch. If this bothers your knee in any way, don't do it. You can also use figure 4 on your back, same stretch. So I'll quickly demo that while we're releasing a pigeon if you're still there. So if you need to take figure 4 on the back, cross the leg on top, reach the hand through the hole, connect behind the thigh, same stretch in the hip, just less pressure on the knee if you need an alternate. Good, just a few more breaths here. Great, and then we're going to slowly walk your hands back to frame the knee again. You're going to come onto your fingertips, roll your shoulders back, open your chest, take a deep breath here. On your exhale, plant your hands next to your knee, tuck your back toes under, lift the knee, and send it back to downward dog. Pedal the feet out. Good. Coming back to our downward dog, we're going to switch sides. So you're going to take the left knee in the sky, reach up, keep the shoulders even. As you're ready, bend the knee, keep the tailbone tucking under, engage your core. Good. From here, slowly inhale, which you do nice and slow. Bring that knee up and forward. Hover here for a moment, squeeze the knee in, and then plant it between your hands. Back leg straight behind you. Come on to fingertips first. Open the chest, breathe in. And then exhale, make your way to your pigeon pose. For about a minute, we'll be here. So relaxing wherever you're comfortable. Keeping the breath moving nice and smoothly and slowly. You know, this one can get a little more intense the longer you're in it, so we're going to give ourselves a little time here. Breathing and relaxing. And again, if you need the alternate for the knee on this side, figure 4 option, please take it. Make sure you're relaxed in the brow and the jaw as well. Good, one more breath here. We'll slowly walk our hands back. Framing the knee, come onto your fingertips, roll your shoulders back, open the chest and take a deep breath here. Good, plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and step it back, downward dog. Good, from here, let's take one more flow here. We're gonna float into plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Nice strong core, exhale, knees, chest, and chin down. And slide into your Cobra. Let's lift the hands, glue the feet, take a breath, neck is long and loose. Good, release the hands next to your chest, chin down. One more time, tuck the toes, option, shift the knees forward, deep breath in. Exhale, press the mat away from you. Beautiful, untuck your toes and push back child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Beautiful. Walk your hands back. Sitting up on your heels, we're going to take our legs around into the front. Good. Lifting the flesh away from our sitting bones. Good, legs are extended. We're gonna pull the feet toward the face. So you might use a prop here to sit up on if you need. We're gonna do one more hamstring stretch. So the knees can be a little bit soft and bent. In fact, let's start with the knees a little bit soft and bent. So again, lift through the pelvis, sit up on your prop if you need, reach up and inhale, lift. Soften your shoulders. I want you to hinge from the hip and lean forward. So imagine you're laying your belly on your thighs. So we're lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Reach, reach, reach. And then let the hands rest anywhere they land on your legs. So my knees are a little bit bent here. I'm going to round forward. And breathe. So as I inhale, I'm creating some space, and as I exhale, I'm softening. You might sigh out through the mouth. And then if the knees are a little bit bent, you might try inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. You might try to straighten the legs, if that's comfortable. So I want you to move in a way that's okay for you. So if anything's painful, don't do it. So starting with the knees a little bit bent, lengthen forward, exhale, soften and release, and maybe the legs straighten, maybe not. Good, one more breath here. And then on your inhale, we're going to walk it back slowly, sit up. And you're going to take your hands behind you, under your shoulders. So fingers can point toward the hips or away. Roll your shoulders back to open the chest. Bend your knees to place your feet hip distance apart on the floor. Take a deep breath in here. You're going to keep your chin and chest kind of close together. As you exhale, press into hands and feet and just lift the hips. So we're not dropping the head back, keeping the chin and the chest together. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, slowly lower your hips back down. Stretch your legs out. Nice job. We're going to engage our core and roll down super slow. So I want your hands on your thighs, nice and open in the chest. Breathe in, chin tucks, and you're going to keep your feet glued to the floor as you use your core to slowly lower down. So try to keep the feet glued and release to the floor. Good. Let's take a deep breath in here. And once again, sigh it out through the mouth. Nice sound. Ah. Good, letting go of any tension. Let's draw the right knee into our chest. Give it a good squeeze. Make some circles with your big toe. Go in the other direction a few times. Squeeze that knee in, breathe in. And then as you're ready, exhale, you're going to twist and bring this leg across the body. You might extend the arm from the shoulder, palm down in a T. You might gaze to your extended arm. All options. So you're going to pull this hip toward the front of the mat, elongating through the spine, moving that hip away from the armpit. Breathe. Nice to think about relaxing the shoulder toward the floor. One more breath. Good. Slowly back to center. Inhale. Squeeze the knee in one more time. And send that leg out. We'll take the other knee into the chest, squeezing it in. Make some circles with your big toe. Go in the other direction. Squeeze that knee in. And we're going to slowly twist. Pull the leg across. Arm can reach out. Palm down. Gaze can turn that way if it's comfortable. Pull the hip that direction. Toward, away from the armpit. Excellent. Let's come back to center. Squeeze that knee in one more time. And release the leg out. So we're going to come into our final resting position. I want you to gently rock your head side to side and make sure your neck is neutral on the floor. If the chin is lifting, you need a support under your head to bring the chin back to neutral. It shouldn't be lifted up. So make those adjustments if you need. And then pay attention to how your back feels in this position. If you have any tension at all in the lower back, you might want to try bending the knees, take the feet out, not width apart, and then let the knees come toward the center. So you can kind of shimmy around, find that nice sweet spot of ease in the back. The back feels good. You can keep the legs stretched out, feet not width and open to the sides. You're going to tuck the shoulders under the chest to open the heart, palms face up. And then gently close your eyes. Part your lips slightly so your jaw is relaxed. And breathe in and out of your nose, nice and nice and relaxed. So you're not controlling anything anymore, you're just being here. So we want to relax the entire body. Completely relax. You might transport yourself to your favorite place. It might be a mountain or a meadow or a beach. Anywhere that you'd like to go in your imagination, close the eyes. Just let go of anything you need to do. Any tension in the body, relax and let go. Try to tap into the five senses, just noticing the air around your skin. Any light might be penetrating the eyelid. Any sensations in the body. relax and let go. You might notice pulsations in the body as you relax. Just staying on your back for just another minute or two. And just allowing your imagination to take you to that favorite place wherever you are. Just sort of let go. And relax. Nice and slowly, just wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently rock your head side to side as you bring awareness back to the body. Bringing that sense of peace and relaxation into the rest of the day. We'll bend our knees to place our feet on the floor. You're going to roll to the right side. And just notice any changes between now and the beginning of practice. Recalling if you set an intention or dedication for your practice. And slowly use your left hand. You're going to push yourself back up to a comfortable seat. And we'll meet an easy pose. We're going to sit up on our prop like we did at the beginning. Open your shoulders back. And then let's just check in one more time here. So sit up nice and tall and just gently rotate the head side to side. Let's see if it feels any looser than it did. Hopefully so. You come back to center. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, gather some energy, breathe in deep. Feel your hands at the top, bring them down to your heart, and bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing yoga today. And we'll bow to each other. Namaste.